everyone, my name is Addie and I'll be leading you guys through a short practice today. It's about 20 minutes long, really focusing on building core strength, that base stabilization, as well as taking some deep stretches, getting into our hips and gaining flexibility all over our body really. So I would recommend you warm up a little bit before you begin this practice, just beginning moving our bodies, getting our muscles a little bit warmed up. Other than that, make sure you're always taking modifications to suit your body. I always say the right way to do the pose is what feels best to you, even if you see me or someone you're practicing with doing it a little bit differently. Always do what feels good to you. So yeah, I guess we can get started. I hope you guys enjoy. So let's begin by finding ourselves in a comfortable child's pose, our knees wide to either side of our body, and our big toes to touch if that feels all right. Stretching our arms out in front of us, our palms pressing down into the mat. Then just allow yourself to melt down into the stretch. Centering yourself to your mat, to your practice. Focusing on your breath, lengthening in the inhale and lengthening the exhale. Just allow yourselves to be here for a moment. Take a deep inhale and then go ahead and let all that air go. As we take our next inhale, we'll roll up as we take a roll through the shoulders. We're beginning to roll down towards the floor, coming up and pressing our shoulder blades together along our spine. Really warming up through our upper back, our shoulders. Get feeling good here. Holding our core nice and engaged. And we'll go ahead and switch directions, moving backwards against the flow you just created. Inhaling as you move forwards and exhaling as you press back, always moving with our breath. We'll go ahead and take one more circle here. And gently find yourselves in an all-four position. Our shoulders come right over our wrists and our hips right over our knees, beginning to really engage through our core. Nice flat back. Reaching up to the sky with our right hand and then weaving it all the way under our left arm. Stretching our left arm out above us and really sinking into that shoulder. If you like, you can reach your left arm up and take some big circles in the shoulder. And go ahead and replace it right down. We'll come through all fours and we'll go ahead and switch sides. Our left arm will come up and then weave all the way under the right arm. Right arm extending out above our head. There's a big stretch along that left shoulder. And if you did on the other side, go ahead and reach that right arm up tall towards the ceiling or the sky and take some big circles. Gently dropping that hand right back down towards the mat and pressing ourselves up to all fours, engaging again through our core. We'll go ahead and drop our belly down towards the mat, setting our gaze high and then reversing that, rounding through our back, taking some cat-cows. Warming up our body. Really thinking about your shoulders and your core here. So as we round, really pulling our belly button into our spine. And as you inhale, gaze goes high, rolling our shoulders down and away from our ears. So our whole body's engaged and we are getting a really good stretch here. Cat-cows are awesome. Let's go ahead and find ourselves right back at center. Nice flat back. And we'll go ahead and reach our left leg back, pressing through the heel, getting a big stretch in that calf. Go ahead and release a little and press right back. We'll bring our shoulders in alignment right over our wrists as we send that leg high behind us as the opposite arm comes high as well. So you have your right hand reaching out and your left foot reaching out behind you. Really focusing on finding length here. As we exhale, pulling in elbow to knee, inhale and extend. Elbow to knee and extend, pressing out through your hand, through your foot. Bring it in and extend. Crunch in and extend. Crunch in and extend. Hold here, find length. Inhale, pulse up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold it up for a second and go ahead and find center and plant right back down. We'll go ahead and shoot our right foot back, pressing into that heel, big calf stretch on this side. Go ahead and gently release, then come right back into the stretch. As we hinge forward, our right foot will come off the mat and our opposite hand will reach up tall. So now we have our left hand and our right foot. Creating as long of a line as possible from our foot to our hand. And we'll begin those crunches in. So go ahead and exhale and crunch in and extend. Crunch in, building fire in the core and extend. Feel your body heating up here. Really strong breath. Go ahead and press up. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hold it up. Go ahead and find center and release right back down. We'll move through a little flow on either side. So right hand, left leg reaches out, crunch it in, extend, press up, and release. Switch sides, extend, crunch, extend, up and release. So moving with our breath, we'll inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and release. Switching sides, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and release. Flowing with this flow. Really engaged with the core, pressing. Our full body's totally engaged here. Keeping our gaze down towards our mat to keep our spine in alignment from our tailbone all the way up to our neck. One more time each side. Holding it up this time, we'll see if we can reach back for that opposite foot. If this isn't happening today, don't worry about it. Just like to give you guys a little bit of an option. Go ahead and switch sides. We'll reach out, move through that flow, crunch in, reach out and reach up. If you'd like, you can bend into that back knee, reach back for the foot. Big stretch in the shoulder as well here. We'll go ahead and try that one more time on each side. So extend, crunch in, extend, and press up, bending into that knee. If you didn't try it last time, maybe you go for it this time. And release. We'll go ahead and switch one more time. Fire in the core. And take that variation if you'd like. Go ahead and find our way right back at center here. We'll send our left arm out, our right leg behind us, and as we draw our elbow and our knee laterally, it will come to a 90-degree angle. So our elbow and our knee are both at 90 degrees, pulling right out to the side as much as we can. We'll go ahead and switch sides, try it on the other side. Maybe you can see it a little bit better from this angle here on the other side. All right, so we'll hold here, in and extend, hold up, in and extend. We've got 3 more. 3, 2, And 1, go ahead and release. 1 more on the other side. So switch, right arm goes out, left leg back. 5, 4, stay strong. 3, holding that belly in. 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Sink our hips back towards our heels. Take a little child's pose here. And next, we'll go ahead and roll ourselves up all the way through Cobra, bringing our hips and our belly down onto the mat. And then go ahead and drop your elbows down into 90-degree angles for Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx, we're actively drawing our shoulders down along our back, pressing our elbows back towards our heels. So it's an isometric hold here. You're really pressing back. You might get a little shake. So we'll go ahead and release and press right back up into a full Cobra, flowing up and down here, moving with your own body and your breath. Really taking notice of where your shoulders are in relation to your ears, pulling them as far away as they can. Go ahead and hold up this time, and we'll take some rolls in the shoulder. One shoulder and then the other. And go ahead and hold yourself up tall. And release. We'll go ahead and hinge at the hips. Send our hips back towards our heels. Take a child's pose. Rolling through center, our hips drop. Find Cobra. Go ahead and flow forward and back through this movement. Really getting into our spine here. Keeping your belly, your core nice and engaged. Always, always. And go ahead and meet right back on all fours next time you're there. We'll go ahead and tuck our toes, stay strong through our shoulders, pressing through our hands, find our down dog, and just walk it out a little bit. Take some time to feel through the hamstrings and the calves, getting nice and comfortable. Then we'll go ahead and walk our feet up to meet our hands. And take a couple little squats here. So as we inhale, we'll bend down, and as we exhale, we'll press our hips up. Don't worry about getting your legs completely straight, but if you do feel comfortable with them straight, go ahead and take that option. This time as we come down, we'll lower all the way down. See if you can find a little squat here, and if you can, remove your hands, draw your ears right in between your shoulders. Do so. Big stretch across the upper back. And we'll go ahead and drop our seat down, take a couple rock and rolls here. These are some of my favorites. Engaging through our core. See if you can hold yourself up a little bit each time you come up. And next time you're right at the top, go ahead and hold there. If it's easier for you to hold around the backs of your knees and you'd like to stay there for more stabilization, go for it. If you want a little bit of a challenge, see if you can float your hands. So as we exhale, we're going to drop an inch to the floor, and inhale, lift up, and drop down, and lift, and drop, and lift. Inhaling as you come up, pulling that back nice and flat, and drop, and lift, and drop, and lift, and drop. Stay strong, guys, and lift, and drop. And last one, hold up here. I'm going to take one more little bonus one if you'd like. We'll go ahead and bring our hands to heart center, and we're going to swim it out side to side. So actively pressing our palms in towards each other. So activating our chest muscles, drawing that elbow down to one side, then to the other. So really focusing on that twist. If you need to drop your heels lightly down to the mat, go ahead and do so. We're focusing more on the twist here in this move. Go ahead and give me 3, 2, and 1. We'll go ahead and drop our feet down on the mat. Our knees go wide to either side. Just take a little stretch here, pressing your chest forward as much as you can. Inhale, sits up tall. And exhale, sinking a little bit forward. So if you like to bring it into a balance, you can begin to lean back. See if you can pick your feet up off the floor. And if you're feeling really good here, maybe you extend one leg, holding strong. Maybe you switch on over to the other side. Really finding a point to focus on here. Keep your balance. And if you'd like, of course, you can try both legs. If you want an advanced option, really focusing on keeping that back nice and flat, your shoulders down and back. You don't want to see a big round in your back here. All right, we'll go ahead and release. Take a little stretch out. Then we're going to sit up tall, bringing our feet wide to the edges of our mat as we take a big inhale, sending our chest forward, and exhale, rounding out. As we round back, grabbing around the tops of our knees, really using that tension to pull, giving us a big stretch along our shoulders and our upper back. One more inhale forward and back. Hold here for a second, and then go ahead and allow yourself to fall all the way onto your back. We're going to walk our heels in close enough so that we're just barely able to touch our heels with our fingertips here. Let all that air go. And as you inhale, go ahead and send both hips high for a hip bridge. Holding strong here. Maybe you walk your shoulders a little bit under your back. Trying not to squeeze so much in the glutes here. Bring the power more from our legs. If you'd like to take a little variation, we'll take our right hand high, and as we switch our breath, we'll go ahead and switch our hand position. So inhale and right, exhale and left. Inhale and right, exhale and left. We'll go ahead and continue here a few times. We'll go ahead and drop our hands and slowly drop our hips down. Go ahead and windshield wiper out our knees side to side just to release our lower back. And we'll gently find our way right back at center. Set up ourselves for another hip bridge here. So this time when you press up, if you like, you can interlace your hands behind your back in a shoulder rinse, and that will allow you to walk your shoulders a little bit more under. So it allows you to press your hips a little higher. So we're going to go ahead and send our left leg high, and it can either be straight or a little bit bent like I'm showing here, not necessary to be straight. We'll take a dip down and press it right back up here. So we've got 3, 2, and last one. Hold it up. We're going to keep that leg as extended as possible all the way down, moving slowly until our heel comes in contact with the mat. And go ahead and replace, sending our right leg high. And we're going to begin to take those dips on this side right here. So we've got 3, pressing out the air on the up move, and 2, and 1. Keeping that leg extended, heel comes down all the way in contact to the mat, moving slowly here, no rush, staying strong. And we'll go ahead and bring both feet right back to our starting position. We're going to play around a little bit, so we're going to draw our elbows as close behind our back as possible, just so that we're supporting our hips, so there's no more pressure coming out of our legs anymore. We're completely supported by our hands. And see if you can lift one leg and then the other, feeling some balance here. If you want to play around and see if you can get both feet up, go for it. I'd say my best tip for getting both feet up is walking your elbows as close together as they can behind your back to get your hips as high as possible. So it will be a big shoulder stretch. And if you're feeling comfortable, maybe you send both legs long. And exhale, go ahead and return your feet. Bring your hips right back down to the mat. We'll go ahead and pull our knees in, rock it out side to side if that feels good. Go ahead and interlace our fingers around our right knee, taking some big circles on that side. Giving that knee a big hug in, a big stretch to the hip, then go ahead and send it long, interlacing our fingers below our thigh. And Slowly walking them up the leg if you're a little more flexible. Now there's two options here. If you can reach around your toe, you can open up the leg out to the right. If that's not so comfortable for you, you can go ahead and just bend into the knee and hold around that knee or the ankle. Now we're going to come into a half happy baby pose here, so everyone will either bring their hand to the inside of their foot or to their ankle, pulling that knee wide to the side of your body. Alright, we'll go ahead and release, taking circles in the left knee. And giving that knee a big hug in before we extend it long. Hands interlaced behind the thigh, or slowly walking up towards the calf or towards the toe. And opening up out to the side, taking whatever variation you did on the other side. So again, that's either around the foot like I'm showing here, or bending into the knee like I'm showing here. Next up, we'll come into that half happy baby on this side. So pulling that knee down to the left side of your body, getting a big stretch in that hip. And gently begin to release that side. We're going to pull the right foot up to meet it, taking a full happy baby here. Knees out to either side. Really drawing our back as flat as we can against the mat below us. If you'd like, you can take some easy rocks side to side, or just stay neutral. Let's go ahead and draw ourselves right back to neutral if you were rocking out side to side. And pulling our feet right back together, taking a couple rock and rolls here, holding ourselves at the top. We'll take one more, and this time we'll go ahead and plant our feet, plant our hands, step back, finding our down dog. Taking a deep breath in as we rise up high on the toes, and exhale, let everything go as our heels come down a little bit closer. One more lift, and lower. We'll go ahead and drop our knees down to the mat, holding ourselves in an easy child's pose here. Allowing ourselves to come back to our breath. Allowing our inhales and our exhales to lengthen. Taking this time to thank our bodies for all the hard work they do for us. And thanking ourselves for showing up on our mat today and practicing. I want to thank you all for allowing me to lead you through this practice. I hope you're feeling great and stronger than before you started. Have a great day, everyone. Namaste.